So here's a big surprise. I'm not really involved in politics. But at one point, long ago in the far off distant year of 2016, I decided to go to a Trump rally in Chicago. I was like, at this point it's early 2016, he's still just a meme, right? I'll go over to this rally he's having here. I'll give him a chance, all right? I'll hear this stuff out, right? What's the worst that could happen? So I get there and I dragged my dad along because I'm only 18 at this point. I'm not driving into fucking Chicago on my own. And we get there and the whole place, this pavilion it's getting held at, it's like besieged by anti-Trump people, protesters. And the security is like the kind of security you'd see at a concert or like a baseball game, which is important for later. And we get inside and it's not any better. Just immediately it's already chaos on the inside. Every 5 or 10 minutes or so, you get like people jump up with pro-Bernie signs or anti-Trump signs or stuff like it. No Clinton signs, none of them. It was all Bernie or anti-Trump stuff. And someone will do that and then everyone around them will go ape shit and they'll start throwing hands and other crap. And security will come and get them out of there. And then eventually someone comes over the speakerphone, whatever it is, intercom, whatever the hell they call it, and they're like, if you see anyone around you who's holding anti-Trump signs or trying to protest, start chanting, "We want Trump." Just start yelling it out there. Get all the other people around you to start yelling it. And the security will come and get that person. Which is what you don't want to do, alright? Because you don't want them any more riled up than they already are. But I don't think the people who were running this whole event were exactly geniuses. But so after like 4 fucking hours of this, watching the whole carnival there, I get up and I decide to walk around the building. And I get to these glass doors that let you see outside. And at this point, there are legions of protesters, like literal square Roman legions marching around the whole place. The people inside aren't happy. Like, people are flipping them off from the inside. One guy says, like, "Wow, that many people with their heads up their asses," or something like that, the usual stuff, pretty much. So I get back into the seat and all this chaos is going around. Some guy goes up on stage and rips up a Trump poster, like you do. And so after like 6 hours of this shit, and I'm just sitting there, some guy comes up on the stage and he essentially he says, "Since y'all are being a bunch of asshats, Trump's not going to be coming in tonight." And then he scuttles off stage really quickly because he knew what was about to happen. And it sure did. Everyone goes ballistic. Bernie supporters like manifest out of the floor. Some people on the whatever you call it, the balcony above, drop like a 10-foot banner protesting Trump. They're just all over the place. And everyone's losing their minds. They're tearing the place apart. They're tearing the house down, literally. So the people, these true geniuses that are in charge of this operation, decide that the best thing to do in that scenario is to take the pro-Trump people who are already riled up and shove them outside into the protesters who are also riled up. And so what everyone did is they went up to each other, they shook hands, they're like, "GG's, my dude," and they went their separate ways. Except they didn't. No, they certainly did not do that. Absolute chaos. The rioting, okay? the finest. I'm not going to do a Trump accent, but you get the point, all right? Absolute chaos. And you can look up footage of this still, the 2016 Chicago Trump rally. I don't think you'll see me in the crowd because at the time all this rioting was happening, I'm still inside in my seat with whatever drink I got. I'm just like, this was a good idea. And it was, in theory, but they screwed it up somehow. I don't think I can find myself in any of the footage. I've tried to look. Probably a good thing because I had long hair back then and it did not look good. So, but I never got to see the Donald. That's the whole reason I've never seen the Donald. So, but it wasn't a complete waste because I did eventually get my hands on Trump merch. Trump merch. So on the one hand, we've got Trump toilet paper, all right? On the other hand, we've got 100 Donald Bill, depending on your opinion of Trump, I guess. And my personal favorite, all right, this one's a classic, but the L that I stole off of Trump Hotel, stole off the ground, it fell off of Trump Hotel. That's a piece of history right there. I didn't actually get it at that rally. I got it from some other time. I was in the city. But, yeah, absolute chaos on both sides. Both the Democrats and the Republicans. There were no winners in this epic saga. Just a bunch of idiots, as it usually is. And, yeah, that was the only time I've ever been to a political rally. That's about what I thought it was going to be, pretty much. And, yeah, I never got to see the Donald. I waited there for like 8 fucking hours, too. He was still just the apprentice guy at that point. He was the "you're fired" guy. They were still making jokes about his toupee back then, alright? Times have changed. Maybe I don't want to go to another Trump rally at this point. He's not going to have them because he's already the president. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Absolute chaos. Worth the time, though. But absolute chaos.